All right, let's talk about one of the biggest, most universal frustrations of modern work. It's that question that just haunts our calendars, right? Why do so many of our meetings feel, well, completely pointless?
I mean, this quote just hits home, doesn't it? It perfectly captures that cynical feeling we've all had, sitting there in a meeting, maybe on mute, just wondering, what are we actually doing here? Oh, you know the one I'm talking about. An hour ticks by, people talk, slides are shown, but then you click leave meeting, and it hits you. Nothing has actually changed. No decision was made, no next step was clarified. It's like a ghost of progress. And see, that's the real puzzle here. Because this isn't about just one bad meeting or, one unprepared colleague. This is a pattern. It happens everywhere, and companies filled with smart, well-intentioned people who genuinely want to do good work. So, what is really going on?
So, when we try to figure this out, our minds naturally jump to the most obvious stuff: the people in the room and the way the meeting is run. Yeah, we all know the usual suspects. Oh, if only we had a clear agenda. Or the facilitator completely lost control of the room. Or, my personal favorite, why are half these people even here? We point the finger at these individual failures. But what if they aren't the problem at all? What if they're just symptoms of something much, much deeper?
This way of thinking is kind of comforting because it feels like there is an easy fix, right? If it's a people problem, we just need better people or maybe some training. But here's the catch. That whole idea assumes the meeting is actually for what it says it's for on the invitation. And the truth, well, it's a lot more complicated than that.
Okay, so let's pull back the curtain here. The problem isn't the people, it's the hidden system they're all participating in. And this system is driven by a powerful idea: the performance of presence. And this is really the heart of it. In so many company cultures, the real incentive isn't to do the work, it's to be seen doing the work. And guess what the main stage for that performance is? Yep, the meeting.
I mean, just look at the contrast. The calendar invite says something clear, like decide on the Q3 budget. That's the stated goal. But for a lot of people in that room, the hidden function is totally different. It's about demonstrating their value, signaling their importance, or just performing the act of being busy. Those two goals are worlds apart.
And this right here is a huge shift in perspective. We think we're walking into a workshop to, build something together. But what if we're actually walking into a theater? In this theater, the script is unwritten, but everybody knows their role, don't they? Look smart, sound engaged, and whatever you do, protect your social standing. And here's the really tricky part. This isn't just a one-off performance. This kind of behavior actually creates a powerful self-reinforcing loop. It's a cycle that can trap an entire organization. So here's how this crazy loop works. It all starts with anxiety, right? A feeling that things aren't moving fast enough. So what's the most visible, immediate response? Schedule a meeting. It shows that action is being taken. Then, in the meeting, everyone performs their role. But because the real goal is the performance, not actual progress, nothing gets done. Which means the anxiety is still there. So what's the solution? You guessed it. Schedule more meetings. And boom, the feeling of activity becomes a substitute for actual achievement. A packed calendar starts to feel like a sign of importance, a sign of progress, even if that progress is a complete illusion. The system just keeps feeding on itself.
Now, at this point, you might be thinking, okay, but wait a second. People know this is happening. We complain about pointless meetings all the time. So why doesn't the system just fix itself?
Well, it's because the system has a powerful immune response. Seriously. An individual's good intentions are just no match for the deeply ingrained incentives that are already in place. And here's why that system is so tough to change. First, you've got psychological safety. It is way, way safer to just nod along and agree than it is to propose a risky new idea that might fail. Second, the social incentives are all backwards. The person who speaks up in every meeting, they look like a team player, a leader. Meanwhile, the person quietly at their desk doing the actual work, totally invisible. And finally, in a lot of jobs, progress is really hard to measure, so being busy becomes the next best thing. A full calendar is an easy stand-in for real output. So when you boil it all down, the system isn't optimized for productivity. Not at all. It's optimized for social survival and keeping things stable. It's designed to minimize risk for everyone involved. And the unproductive meeting, well, it's the perfect tool for the job. So if we take a step back and really look at this whole dynamic, we end up at a pretty calm, if slightly uncomfortable conclusion.
This isn't a broken system. It's not failing at all. In fact, it's a wild success at achieving its true unspoken goal. And that goal isn't to produce anything. It's to manage anxiety and social risk for everyone inside it. That lack of output, it's not a bug, it's a feature.
And this really frames the trade-off perfectly, doesn't it? We are trading real, tangible progress for the comfort of feeling like we're all moving forward together. It's a really high price to pay, but it's one that organizations quietly agree to pay every single day. So I'll just leave you with this final provocative question. What if the feeling of productivity is actually more valuable to the organization than productivity itself? In a world that's so uncertain, maybe the main job of the modern workplace isn't to produce things, but to produce a feeling of purpose. And the meeting, for all its flaws, is the stage where that feeling is brought to life.